Greg.
Thanks very much, Prime Minister, and to Dr Omar Khorshid, the head of the AMA. Today's a difficult day for all Victorians, and we recognise that these are highly regrettable but necessary restrictions under the current circumstances. We've been through this before, we'll get through this again, and our task is to support, as we do with each and every state, every time there is a challenge in one of the jurisdictions, to support Victorians now. And on that front, as the Prime Minister has said, the Commonwealth is chairing the AHPPC, or the Medical Expert Panel. We've provided the manifests for over 2,260 flights out of Victoria in recent days. Asymptomatic testing has been triggered. 130,000 additional doses have been allocated for Victoria, with the first 20,000 of those being provided today, in addition to the 71,000 Pfizer doses that are due for delivery tomorrow. The Victorian Aged Care Response Centre has been stood up, and contact tracing through the National Incident Centre has also been offered. As the Prime Minister mentioned, yesterday was a record day for vaccinations. It's simply a sign that Australians are coming forward, and we thank them for that. 111,388 Australians came forward to be vaccinated yesterday, and all up, that's 3.9 million Australians who've been vaccinated so far. So that rollout is accelerating as supply has allowed. We have so far been able to provide 666,000 doses to Victoria. We note the comments of the Premier yesterday that there are significant supplies within Victoria, and that's just to the Victorian Government, and 853,000 vaccines to primary care sites. Yesterday, just over 30,000 Victorians were vaccinated. In coming days, there are more supplies which will be provided. And then lastly, I want to acknowledge two things, and this was actually why Omar was joining us today. We've already opened up additional doses. We acknowledge that we have triple doses for small general practices, double doses for medium-sized general practices, and earlier this week we added more doses again to those that have had high utilisation rates. Today we're announcing that we are opening up expressions of interest for up to 900 additional general practices to participate in the rollout around Australia. And I think that's a very important sign. As supply comes on board, we'll be opening up to the national immunisation practices which have not been within the current accredited group, and I think that that will give them more opportunity in more places for more Australians to be vaccinated. And we're also announcing $2.6 million for doctors' mental health and for health professionals' mental health. Our doctors and our nurses and our allied health professionals, Omar, have been the front line. They've worked relentless hours, they've saved lives and they've protected lives, and on this difficult day, it's worth recalling that around the world there have been 557,000 cases and an agonising 12,900 lives lost. But for our doctors and nurses, Australia could have been a very different place. But their stresses have been great, their pressures have been ongoing, and their needs have been silent in so many ways, and it's our privilege to be able to support our medical professionals.